I loved my dad. I was always Daddy's little girl.
He is big-hearted. He loved his kids very much, and the kids, they were close.
Hope Solo's father, Jeffrey, was her first soccer coach. Yet he was an enigma, a Vietnam veteran with a past he would not divulge. As his marriage to Hope's mother was crumbling, he absconded from their Richland, Washington home with 7-year-old Hope and her brother Marcus.
They knew that they were going to get a divorce, and I think my dad wanted to have one last hoorah with us, so he took us.
He was always good to the kids. I wasn't worried in that aspect. I was more worried of maybe not ever seeing him again or something.
I knew, oh gosh, my mom's going to be worried about us. You know, we shouldn't be here, but I was having so much fun. I loved my dad.
For days, while police searched for him, Jeffrey Solo showed his children the sights of Seattle.
I think we were coming back from the Space Needle, and we stopped down by the bank. That's when SWAT team busted in and arrested him.
My brother and I are scared to death, and we watched my dad get put into in the back of the police car and taken away.
Down at the jail, my father gave us each a $100 bill and said, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to see you guys for a long time, and I love you." And it was pretty hard on us.
Hope's father would vanish from her life, reappearing years later, first in letters, then on the sidelines of her high school games. He was homeless, living in a tent in the wilderness, and Hope was playing for the University of Washington when they finally reconnected as father and daughter.
We'd meet at his spot in the woods and sit for hours and eat macaroni and cheese and drink some juice and soda and just sit in his tent. And he was incredibly happy in this tent. I'll never forget that. I've learned more from him than I have anybody in my life. And to question his lifestyle is probably the exact opposite of what he's taught me, to never judge anybody, to really find somebody's soul and connect with them.
But from the time Hope was named the starting goalie for the United States in 2005, he had not seen her play in person, representing the U.S., just as he had done. By now living in a VA retirement home, he made plans to travel to the New York area for her game against Brazil on June 23rd.
My dad was going to show us where he grew up in the Bronx. And I really, really believe that this is a trip that would open up a lot of doors about my dad's history, about his past. And I think that's what my dad wanted. I think he finally wanted to give that to his kids.
That's all I could talk about was this trip to New York and to see his old stomping grounds and to see his daughter play soccer, and it just meant the world to him.
But just 8 days before the game, Jeffrey Solo died of a heart attack at the age of 69.
When everything happened, on June 15th when my father passed, I didn't know how I was going to deal with it. I didn't know if I could deal with it.
Jeffrey Solo may have taken his secrets to the grave, but his daughter's love would never die. Along with her brother, Hope decided to honor her father by spreading his ashes in Central Park and outside Yankee Stadium, and keeping his memory close to her always.
I do feel like he's with me every time I walk on the field, and I'm no longer playing for myself. I'm no longer playing for my teammates. You know, I'm playing for my father, and that's it.